So for our dessert, we're making a wild blueberry tart with a cobbler crumble.
So I'm going to make a bit of a custard to go with that. So I've got milk, 200 mils of double cream, and just going to get a bit of vanilla in there as well. Okay, so we just need to wait for that cream to boil. So I've got 6 yolks. To that I'm going to add 120 grams of caster sugar and just whisk to dissolve. So when the cream is boiling, we take it off and we pour half of it into the yolks, whisking all the time. Always important, we return this to the pan. Back onto the heat until it starts to thicken up and the yolks cook out.
The acidity of an apple, I think, to just balance up that intense sweetness that these early season blueberries have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake the blueberries with some sugar, some lemon juice, the apple, and a little bit of corn flour just to thicken it all up. Nice. In the oven for about half an hour. So we've got some butter puff pastry here. And what we have to do is just prick it. We call this docking. We want the crumbliness of the puff pastry, but we don't want it to rise. We want it to stay flat. So I'm going to pre-cook it with the tray on top.
Okay. So I'm going to make a little blueberry and maple syrup sauce. So in goes maple syrup, and then I'm going to tip in some of the wild blueberries.
So inspired by the cobbler, I'm going to do a hazelnut crumble. So I'm smashing my nuts. I'd normally ask you, but you're ruining the blueberries.
Ruining them? I'm making a lovely coulis. So I'm just going to blitz the blueberries and then sieve them out to get rid of the seeds.
So for the crumble, we have an equal weight sugar, flour, butter, and hazelnuts, and about 3 teaspoons of lemon zest. And we'll just rub them all together by hand. So when it starts to clump together, look, it's like cookie dough. That's it ready. So the berries have been baking. So what we've done is let it cool down so that it is kind of set and we can spread it. So what we do here, just crunch it up a little bit, and then break it. So pop it back into the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. So it's slightly warm still. I mean, you think blueberries and maple, they grow in the same area. You know, they must be lovely together.
And perhaps you would be so good to finish it with a dusting. So there we have it. It's a wild blueberry tart
with a cobbler crumble.
Fantastic.
Such a big lump of filling in there, you know.
That's very good. Wow.
That is proper tasty.
So, that's a true taste of Nova Scotia.
And a perfect plate for the people of Pictou.
Well done getting that one out. Yeah.